So you guys asked for it, and today we're going to be playing as a particularly crazy empire. That's right, today, as requested, we're going to be playing as Turkey and bringing back the Ottoman Empire. And here we are, back in the Balkans, and I am referring to it as the Balkans this time. A few of you crucified me in the comments for calling it the Baltics, and I do apologise. Turkey starts off with a few negative traits and a few interesting mechanics. I mean, we've got a disorganized armed forces, which really gives us a difficult penalty. Sectarian woes, which doesn't help our stability and war support. And then we've got Kemalist officers. There's a few things that we're going to have to balance, as Turkey has a number of different quirks to its gameplay, but we will go through them as we go through the focus tree. Now, to bring back the Ottoman Empire, we're going to have to head down to this focus here, pivot to the past. However, before we do that, we've got to get through a few bits of industry, as well as a democratic civil war. Now, this sounds quite confusing, but actually, the tree is so linear. I mean, it's big. It's quite big, but we just go down with a little bit of army over here. The armies are a fairly decent size, and the templates are actually pretty good. We just don't have a lot of equipment for it. 3,000 guns, but I think if I click out off of play, yeah, we've got quite a deficit of guns. So we're gonna have to sort that out at some point. I'm just gonna put them all in Ankara for now. Research won't be anything fancy again. We will want to get into some planes fairly early on, because we don't know anything about planes apart from transport. So we'll get the basic industries out the way, get the basic electricals out the way, and then we'll start thinking about an air force. The industry, I mean, but Turkey has so many resources, which is great. I mean, look at all of this. We've got so much chromium. If I go to the trade section, just we're exporting 258. Oh, mate. Well, not amazing, but we just have a lot, so we're never going to have to worry about chromium. But everything else is a bit lacking, and Turkey's infrastructure is also the same. So there are going to be a few dynamics as well that we can look to twiddle that with. But for the start with, I'm just going to open up with a tiny bit of infrastructure, I think, in the places that will give us some more steel for now. As for production, again, we're going to be looking to get the infantry somewhat equipped. So open up with some support equipment, some guns. I'll put the other one on guns for now as well. And that should get things ticking along quite nicely. And we'll also trade for the resources that we need. Only one dockyard. We will just put it on convoys. Yeah, I forgot. We've also got the Navy. It's actually pretty okay. I mean, we get an early heavy ship, which is nice, as well as a couple of cruisers, so that's good. Is looking like we could buff it out a little bit, but we'll go around and collect some of the other Balkan fleets, and then we should be all good. And here we go. The first event that we need to deal with: the Soviet Union opposes our remilitarization of the Straits. Because we're playing on historical, they always give in to our demands, so we shall just click no settlements, no compromise. We shall do this right. The British abandon us. That's fine. Nothing has changed. We must stay the course. And we win, which gives us a really good increase to our stability and a nice amount of political power. And we'll use this political power to get our silent workhorse. We're going to need quite a lot of political power as Turkey as we move on to this one, ratify the 6 arrows, and I'll show you shortly as we get onto that. I also just wanted to say a quick thank you to all my new subscribers. In my last video, I mentioned my target to hit 500 subscribers in the new year, and we hit it before the end of the year. A massive thank you to all of your support. It really does help small channels like myself. So if you haven't subscribed, please do, as well as drop us a like. Now, where were we? So in the meantime, I'm just going to keep banking up the political power until we get that focus completed as well. And ratify the 6 hours is complete. We can now unlock these decisions of law number 3115. the 6 guiding principles of Turkey, and depending on what we click, it will give us different buffs for a cost of political power. Now, as I mentioned earlier, some of these are really quite strong, and we're definitely going to want to make sure that we utilize these as much as possible. So to start off with, I'm just going to probably keep clicking liberalism as much as I can. We will go with reformism because we have got to do a democratic civil war, so democracy support's not a bad thing because we do have to go democratic, so we'll click that one. Nationalism, war support, we're going to need that as soon as possible so we can get out of our civilian economy, and we'll also go for a bit of populism, more political power gain, as well as weekly manpower and mobilization speed. Lovely. I'm going to leave the other 2 for now. After the ratify 6 arrows, we're going to move down this part of the tree. This will just give us a few good industry buffs. Looks like our infrastructure is completed. I'm going to build a couple of civs. I'm going to build maybe 2 here. Yeah, 11. Kind of want to at least get that up to 15. So I'm going to build 2 in Istanbul, 1 in Izmir. Probably do a bit of infrastructure, 1 in Izmit, and I'll build a bit of infrastructure in Izmir and then build another one there as well. And we got enough war support as well as political power to get off of civilian economy, go straight to partial mobilization. Next, we're going on to cooperate with the Debt Council. We're going to need quite a bit of political power for this decision as well, so I'm going to save the rest now until we get 240. And cooperate with the Debt Council is completed. Next, we're going to absorb the TPDA, and then we want to go and click straight away into pay off our debts. And then this will remove the Turkish Public Debt Administration, and we don't have to worry about the lack of political power affecting us any further. Next, we're going to utilize some foreign capital and then butter up the other Western countries to invest in good old Turkey. We're not going to tell them that we're trying to form the Ottoman Empire. I'm sure they'll not be quite happy about that. I forgot that we do actually have an air force. I'm actually just going to get rid of it and sell it because it's a bit crap. Sell it for as high a price as possible. I'm sure somebody will take it. Mexico, you can have some stuff. So can China, so can France, and Britain? Sure. I forgot as well that we now, having completed the Sana Yinclair, or the Sana Yesilla, you'll have to tell me if I've got that wrong, which I'm sure I have. We've unlocked these decisions here, which gives us the option to build civilian factories at the cost of political power gain. There are a few other interesting ones as well, including this one here, which will give us an extra 4 steel production in Izmit. So I'm going to start off with that one, as it also takes a little bit longer, I think, than the other ones. We're also getting a bit low now on political power. However, this is where these buttons can come in handy, as we can counter rebel activities in these specific states. But we can, as I say, click these buttons and counteract that. And actually, if you hover over it, it will tell you about your chance of success for getting, rebels defeat our forces or Kurdish rebels in the area are placated. So we can use this at the expense of command power. And we win on the next one. So we've got now some more political power, and the compliance and resistance has improved. And we can now use to spend that political power elsewhere. So I think we'll go over to Great Britain first. We'll butter them up by improving some relations. And then we'll go and see if they'll try and invest in little old Turkey for us. Next, we're going to move down to privatize the Anadolu. And then we're going to lift the ban on other political parties. Hooray! The United Kingdom invests in our military or in our military industry. Let's see how many more we get. Oh, we got, was that 3 from that? Oh, we got 3. That is an excellent result. We can put them straight away. Oh, we didn't assign an industrial organization to our guns. That was a difficult thing, but that's fine. We can now I'm going to put 1 on support and the rest on guns that we definitely need. Let's see if we can get some more investment. I think we'll go to the US next, shall we? We'll butter them. Oh, we can't at the minute. That's fine. We need some political power. Back over to the rebels. We completed lift the ban on other political parties. We now need to move on to Treaty of Sadabad. And this is another event that happens particularly for Turkey. Mustafa Kemal Atatürk takes ill. Now, essentially, we unlock the Fading Father decisions. This allows us to seek treatment for Atok, or and prolong his deterioration, or we can just straight up retire him, which means he is no longer our leader, but he does become a national spirit. And now we got Salal Beya in charge instead. We're also going to keep getting a lot of events now for marches and various other things, but we will just keep clicking the buttons that give us stability and democracy, because, as I mentioned, this is going to set us on the path for our democratic civil war. Now, this is where we want to make sure that we pick up a certain focus before another. We want to make sure that we assess our future before we hold our first multi-party elections. If we hold the elections before assessing the future, we'll get a negative national spirit, which is not going to be fun for us. So we just want to make sure that we do it in this particular order. The death of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, and the Republic grieves. So we lose that trait. And we also have our election day that's come. So we want to make sure that the Democrats win. So we shall go with our Democratic Party. Lovely. The United States invest in us as well. Oh, did we get another 3 factories from that as well? We are doing very well here with getting our civilian factories up and running. Oh, and the German right also invests in us. Come on, let's see. We've been quite lucky so far. How many more military factories can we get out of them? Oh, we got another 3. We are absolutely smashing through these investments. Peace in the world is done. We're done with peace. We're now going to move on to killing and purge the officers. And the Turkish Civil War is a go. Let's see what we've got. So we've sometimes, I think, depending on the sentiment of some of the areas, you either get, I think, 3 spots, or maybe even sometimes just 1 that revolt. Today we've got 3. That's not a problem. And this is the important decision we want to click off the back of this. The Ottoman officers offer chance to restore the Sultanate. Our old glory awaits reclamation. And just like that, we weren't even looking properly at, over this side, but we took Istanbul and we won the Civil War. Lovely. We do need to pick up modernizing the army, but we'll do that in a bit. For now, we've got to pivot to the past. And pivot to the past is complete. We can now start working towards this way down the tree to the return of the Sultan, and then our first war with Greece. Return of the Sultan is complete. The Ottoman Sultanate is reborn, which means we can start to move on, reclaim the, war with Greece. Again, can't pronounce that. But before we do that, I'm actually going to go ahead and pick up our modernizing the army focus, and then we'll start to be ready for the war. So the army to fight Greece is looking good. The Air Force is looking nearly fully exercised. Modernizing the army's done. Let's go on to war with Greece. And our war goal is complete on Greece. Now, this war should be quite easy out of all of them. And here we go. Excellent, that's some infantry landed. They can help support the assault on Athens. We'll use these 3 infantry to create a front line here, securing that part of the finger, and then everybody else can just attack. Come on, land in Athens. Meanwhile, I want to try and surround some of these units. I don't really want to keep fighting them. Try and do encirclements where we can. Come on, see if we can get a little encirclement there. Nice, that's them dealt with. Meanwhile, the southern assault is going well. We've pretty much nearly taken this whole part now. And there goes Greece. Lovely stuff. We'll take everything, as well as their navy. And our first nation is done and out the way with. It's now going to be on to Bulgaria and Yugoslavia. There we are. Press the Austro-Hungarian claim is done. We'll align Bulgaria, and we won't put any troops on the border, but we'll get them ready to move over there. So, oh, So the Bulgarian kingdom has kneeled anyway. I suppose that's not a terrible thing. I did want to try and conquer them so that we could get some of the territory off of them, but usually I think it is I think it is maybe a little bit random, but usually if I don't put troops on the border, they've been more likely to resist rather than actually submit, but they've submitted. That's fine. We'll take that result. What we should probably try and do now, though, is quickly get into Yugoslavia. We've got the naval invasion ready, so we'll need to make sure to get troops ready on the border with them. Also, whilst we've got enough political power and we can still press the button, we want to make sure that we alter the royal laws of succession, which means we will get the Sultana, not the son, when the Sultan eventually dies. She's a much better leader for us. Right, so let's see just how quickly these troops move into order here. Once a few of them just get embedded, I think we'll just try and charge straight through before their other troops can get here. And now we're calling Bulgaria to the war. And then hopefully that will be a good few tiles that we can just snatch off of them. We'll wait until they pull more reinforcements down to the border, then we'll launch the naval invasion. Meanwhile, we're going to move on to this, reclaim the fallen empire, which gives our leader, the Sultan, the Caliph trait, which gives us more weekly manpower and mobilization speed. Excellent. We need to see if we can try and capture that supply hub, then cut off these forces down here in the south. Try and pin some of these units here. There's quite a lot of infantry back here. That's fine. We'll give them another front to worry about. Let's get that naval invasion going. Nice, and we've encircled these troops here in the south now. That's a great result for us. We can probably stop pushing elsewhere whilst we get the naval invasion, open up that front, swallow up this pocket now. So we'll keep pushing in with the mountaineers. Oh dear, that's not good. They've now encircled us. Okay, we need to try and free up those units if we can. We're going to give them something else to worry about, though, shortly. Lovely. Right, see if we can fan out a little bit. Lovely. Okay, we've retaken this tile now. Let's stop giving them the opportunity to move around here. Oh, if we could actually link up these front lines, that would be huge, very quickly. Oh, okay. That's a good result. See if we can give some extra support here. Meanwhile, we'll see if we keep pushing up with the infantry. Maybe that's not going to look too good for us. Yeah, let's try and swallow up this pocket quickly. I forgot that we've got some more troops here for the front line. And we haven't even brought up our cavalry. We're smashing them that much and we're not even using our full force. I'm actually going to bring the cavalry up here, I think. And just put them, over here to help reinforce a little bit more. Although they've done exactly what they needed to here, which was just open up a front line. If they don't really want to defend split, we'll take their whole coast off them. Why not? Yeah, lovely. We did manage to encircle that unit as well, so we'll just keep destroying them with the mountaineers. Lovely. Look at that. And if we can clean up that little pocket there as well, we're well on our way. Oh, excellent. Okay. Yeah. We've only lost 7k, whilst Yugoslavia have lost 68. This has been an extremely good offensive so far. Lovely. I think we've managed to clean up this little encirclement quite nicely. And the Fallen Empire's here, which means we're actually going to get our weekly manpower buff, which is good. We're going to need that. Next, I think we shall move on to the Damascus Diktat, then expand the Sadabard Pact. Ooh, Yugoslavia not happy now that we've encircled more of their units. That's a good another encirclement. They're trying to push, but it's not going to work. Ooh, 130k to our 13k casualties now. We are dominating them, and in fact, we could probably go for a battle plan now. I think we'll just put everyone on a big old battle line to push that way. We'll wait until these poor offensives are done, and everyone's in line. I think that's pretty good. Let's go. Want to try and get this war done with now, really. Air superiority still a bit mixed. We don't actually have our full planes committed. That would be why. Let's see if we can bring these guys up. And not even all these planes are out. God. Winning on half an air force as well. There we go. Air dominance. Look, the cast damage is much better now. This should hopefully start to see them crumble away. Come on, how's Yugoslavia doing? 10% more. Lovely. Okay, you're just going to run up and take the points now. Go take Zagreb and other places. Just charge victory points, I think. Try and capitulate them. There we go. Yugoslavia has capitulated. Beautiful. Let's take everything, including their navy. We're done. We've now got a lovely green Ottoman Empire. Now comes some of the fun parts and deciding where we really want to go, because at this point you could join the Axis and try and conquer some of the Allies' territories, or you could join the Allies, help defend against the Germans and Italians, and then conquer some of the more, pick up Albania. We can then eventually pick up Romania as well. It's a bit of a tricky one, because I think if you were to try and get all of your cores, you would literally have to backstab everybody, because your cores are both on Italian territory and UK territory, meaning you'd probably have to beat the Allies, then backstab the German Reich. That's going to be quite a long war, so I think we'll just try and get the majority of our cores that we can. Right, so after thinking about it some more after this war, I think, first of all, we're going to move on to expand the Sadabar Pact. That will help puppet Afghanistan, Iran, and Iraq. That will help, get us a few more territories for the Empire, but we're going to need to think about, I suppose, getting in on the rest of them. Eventually, Italy will come for us. As we now control Yugoslavia, they'll go through their focuses to demand more of Yugoslavia. We can avoid that by joining the Axis and then probably helping the Germans take out the Soviets and then use the mighty German Reich to defeat the rest of the Allies. That seems like the logical explanation. We'll also be able to hopefully collect Egypt from that, but it's going to be a bit of a slog. One thing, if we're going to fight the Russians, then we need to improve our own supply and our railways a bit more, because we're going to have to try and push up through this part, which is notoriously horrible. We're also going to need to sort out our tank template if we're going to start putting these into production. We will definitely need them for the Soviets. Something like that will do for now. We will obviously improve that as we get a bit more army experience. We'll take some off CAS as well, I think, for now, and we'll put a few more into tanks and trucks. Need to work on modernizing the aircraft as well if we're gonna keep up to date. Lovely, and everyone joins the Sadabad Concordat, which means we can now move on to puppeting Iraq, Iran, and Afghanistan. Can I train? Oh, I could squeeze in 6 more of these guys quickly, which would be very good. Need as many units for the front line as possible, because here we go. The German Reich declares war on the Soviet Union. We do want to get in on that, so we'll justify our own war goal, which shouldn't take too long. Gonna draw a big old attack line up to Rostov and here. That should do. I'm also going to take units, I think, from Bulgaria for the time being, because we do need men on this front line. Actually, we'll get the Iraqi forces. Whack them in there. There we go. And here we go. Time for war with the Soviets. Now, I don't really want them to reinforce this area too much, so we'll just push as hard as we can to start off with. And then next we want to go up a conscription level so that we can, as well as probably get up to war economy. Yeah, we also need to leave our faction so that we can join the Axis. We can abandon that pact now because all of our puppets, well, the other countries are now our puppets, which has served its cause. Although I think we might need to improve relations with the Germans to get in on the Axis. And here it is, our invite to the Axis. Lovely. I want to try and spread out and get as much territory as possible. Well, we've managed to take a fair bit of Sevastopol as well. I don't think we're going to be able to... The cavalry's sort of picked up down here. I want to try and see if I can just create as many encirclements as possible, but it's not looking too hot. Ah, we might be able to do one here with the reinforcing German lines. Perfect. Right. If I can assign the Mountaineers back here, and then we'll try and take Sevastopol with them. And then I think just hold for the time being until we can actually get our units back. Oh, we don't want to lose that, though. And we do actually have a Russian spy, I believe, or a Soviet spy. Yes, perfect. We will start building some intel networks with that so that we can try and get a collaboration government. And another tank unit's up. Excellent. Get them up to the front line. Oh, that was a perfect encirclement. Lovely. Excellent. Well done, men. Now, let's see if we can continue the push up to Stalingrad, I think, now. Meanwhile, we're going to need the Mountaineers to try and push through this part, to try and encircle as many Russian units as possible. Okay, yep. We're quite low on guns, but everybody wants to send us some, which is excellent. Ooh, big big naval battle here. Well, for us at least, it's a big naval battle. But a good bit of experience, hopefully, for the Navy. Yes. Few Russian ships sunk there. Excellent. Wow, everybody wants to send us equipment. We will take whatever you want to give us, please. Nice work there, men. Small little encirclement for us. That's exactly what we want to keep doing. And we'll just use the armor to push and crush these small trapped units. Oh no, our Soviet spy's been captured. That's not good. We'll have to mount a rescue mission, hopefully. Have we not crushed the IMRO yet? There we go. Okay, so hopefully that's them done with. I want to try and surround Rostov if we can. Nice. Let's cut them off. Oh, we might be able to encircle these units down here. That'd be good. If we can cut up and connect to Stalino. Perfect. Well done, man. That's a little Russian encirclement there. And finally, we've got enough political power actually now to go up to extensive conscription, because we desperately need manpower. See if we can also start to cut off Russian units down here, because there's quite a few of them. That would be a nice tasty encirclement. Nice. Squeeze these last Russian troops in. Beautiful. Another little encirclement here, and some good encirclements here as well. We need to push them with... Where's the armor gone? Oh, it's up there already. To be fair, we could probably start pushing to Stalingrad with this. Italy cannot have our territory. Go away. And they can't do anything about it now because we're part of the Axis. They'll probably get a war goal on us, but that's about it. Ooh, goodbye, Russia. Well, we'll see if we can... Yeah, Mountaineers are pushing hard. That's fine. We've cut them off down here anyway. And that's where the supply hub is, so that's good. Right, we've got to try and squeeze this pocket in so that we can move the front line up a bit more. And we're just basically, after this encirclement, creating smaller pockets and just closing in on them. No, Italy, you still can't have our territories. So we're nearly knocking at Moscow. Let's see. We can start to prepare some collaboration governments, which is good. There we go. Taking a few units away should mean that we can now just easily clean up this little pocket. And there it goes. Lovely. Right, we can assign these units back now to the main front line. And realistically, we just need to push, push, push. I mean, there's Moscow, slowly but surely going. US still want to send us support equipment, so I guess we'll take it. Lovely, more Soviets encircled. How much have they lost now? Ooh, yeah, we've done some significant damage to them as well. Probably taking Leningrad is going to be quite important, so I may the mobilize out, and I'm going to move the armor up to Leningrad, I think. Yeah, we do really need to take Leningrad, I believe. There is just no supply around this part. Oh yeah, we have quite a deficit of infantry equipment. And we're also starting to suffer with medium tank losses as well. Not ideal. Oh, come on. Can we push across the river? Please. Oh, that's huge. Come on. Oh, we've taken Leningrad. Oh, thank God. Finally, that's the fall of the Soviet Union. Oh, I wasn't even really... I was so concentrated on taking one of these other tiles to try to get the supply hub that we missed it, but that's fine. Oh, wow. Not as much war score, actually, as I would have hoped, but we'll get something out of it. The main thing that I want from the Soviet Union is all of their navy, or at least their big ships. So we'll take that, and then we'll start to puppet. Excellent. Well, we've now got a good sizable Ottoman Empire. We've got Turkish Russia, which is a nice addition, and we've also got a little thing going on down here in Vladivostok. So I think next we need to play this quite tactically, because we probably could try and pick up. We could leave the Axis. And then start to maybe fight Germany a bit on our own terms. Maybe not calling in Turkish Russia, although we do have a fairly big border with the Axis now. But we could go on a little side quest, I think, at the moment, maybe. And we could declare war. We could try and declare war on Japan. And we could start to side with the Chinese a little bit. So I think I'm going to leave this Ottoman playthrough here, but let me know in the comments if you would like me to continue it. What do you think? Should we fight the Japanese, kill off all the allies with the Germans, or backstab them and side with the US and UK? Also, let me know what empires we should play as next. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.